When we look back at history, we often find stories about kings and queens who were the leaders of ancient kingdoms. And some countries, like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Vatican City, still have kings. These countries are called federal monarchies because they are run by kings instead of political parties or presidents. But have you ever wondered how the idea of kingship began on Earth? Which region or part of the world started the trend of making kings? And why was it necessary to make a king or a queen? So friends, we will discuss all these points in the video, so make sure to watch until the end. Also, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos like this. To understand how the idea of kingship began on Earth, we need to go back in time to when there were no kings and queens. People had just evolved from the Stone Age and began living in groups, working together to survive. As societies grew, they needed someone to make important decisions and lead them, so they looked for someone brave, strong, and wise to be their leader. At that time, people's minds were not fully developed, and they judged others based on physical strength. For example, if a person was physically gifted, brave in hunting or battles, they were respected. Females often sought partners who were strong, brave, or had special skills, believing their children would inherit these traits. This shows that people's thinking during that period was not fully developed. Groups of people needed leaders strong in battle, wise in counsel, and kind to their people, so they chose someone with similar qualities from their group to be their leader. This was how the very first kings were selected. Now, you might wonder, how did queens come into the picture? Well, kings often needed someone to share their burden and help make decisions. So, they chose wise and respected women to be their queen. Sometimes, queens were from other powerful families to create alliances and maintain peace. As time passed, the children of kings and queens became the next rulers, creating royal family dynasties. Each new ruler learned from their parents and tried to be a good leader for their people. The trend of making kings and queens first emerged in ancient Mesopotamia, which is present-day Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. Mesopotamia is often called the cradle of civilization because it was one of the earliest regions where complex societies developed. So friends, that's how the first kings and queens came to be. They were chosen by their people for their strength, wisdom, and kindness, and their families continued to rule over time, establishing the royal dynasties that we all recognize from history books. After understanding this all, you might be wondering, was there a first king chosen this way in ancient times? If so, who was the very first king selected this way? So let me tell you that pinpointing the exact first king chosen in ancient history is challenging due to the scarcity of written records and the blending of myth and history in early civilizations. However, various cultures have their own legends and myths about their earliest rulers. For example, in Sumerian mythology, King Enmebaragesi of Kish is often cited as one of the earliest known rulers, reigning around the 26th century BCE. In Egyptian mythology, King Narmer, also known as Menes, is traditionally considered the first pharaoh to unify Upper and Lower Egypt, around 3100 BCE. In Chinese mythology, the legendary Yellow Emperor, Huangdi, is regarded as one of the earliest rulers, dating back to around the 27th century BCE. These legendary figures symbolize the dawn of kingship in their respective regions and cultures. However, it's essential to recognize that their historicity is often intertwined with mythological narratives, and the exact details of their reigns may be shrouded in legend and folklore. Till now, we've learned about how kings and queens were chosen in ancient times. Now, let's discuss the good and bad things that happened when kings and queens started ruling. Did ancient people make the right choice by having kings, or was it a big mistake? Let's discuss. The trend of making kings and queens in ancient societies brought some good things. Firstly, it made things stable by having one leader in charge, which helped keep peace and unity among different groups of people. Also, kings and queens could make decisions quickly, especially during tough times like wars, which helped protect their kingdoms and make them prosperous. They also started big projects like building cities and supporting artists, which made their kingdoms rich and culturally advanced. Plus, they could make deals with other kingdoms, making friendships and boosting trade. But there were also bad things about having kings and queens. Sometimes rulers got too much power and treated people unfairly, making them suffer. The rich nobles got special treatment, while ordinary people struggled. And when a king or queen died, their family members fought over who would be in charge next, causing chaos and even wars. Plus, keeping a royal court and paying for the king's luxurious lifestyle cost a lot of money, making life hard for regular folks. Overall, while having kings and queens brought stability and progress to ancient societies, it also led to problems like unfairness, conflicts, and financial strain. Throughout history, we remember many great kings and their dynasties who are immortalized in the pages of history books because of their brave legacy. For example, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was a powerful king from Macedonia who lived around 300 BCE. He was known for his incredible military skills and for conquering a vast empire that stretched from Greece to Egypt and India. He was a brave and strategic leader who won battles against much larger armies. He also promoted Greek culture and founded many cities, including Alexandria in Egypt. Despite dying young at the age of 32, his legacy as one of history's greatest conquerors lives on. In the present time, many people around the world believe that the federal monarchy system of kings was better than the current federal republic system due to increasing corruption and misuse of power by political leaders. At some point, this may hold true because under a federal monarchy system, there is less likelihood of power misuse, corruption, and other forms of violence, as all power rests in the hands of kings. Personally, I also believe that a country can develop smoothly and rapidly under such a system. However, we must not overlook the disadvantages of having a monarchy system, as discussed in this video. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think your country would progress better under a monarchy system, or is the current federal republic system sufficient? Share your country and thoughts in the comments below. Before ending this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and make sure to turn on notifications bell so you won't miss any future videos. Till then, thanks for watching.